Yes, boys, hello and welcome back to another video with your boy Money Mace here on the Money Mace YouTube channel. So, those of you quickly who don't know who I am and why you should even be listening to me in the first place, I'm Mason. I run a 6-figure per month OnlyFans management agency, and I'm here just dropping some gems on how you can do the same, and where if you're struggling with certain aspects of the business, how you might be able to delve into them, overcome them problems, and get past it. Just dropping some free game basically. For those of you who need results, yesterday maybe we banked 11k on the day. Today I think we're up about 7k, and you can't really see the time here, but it's about 4 p.m. in the UK. So this is going to no doubt be another 10k day. This week, 70k closing on the week, like I say, Sunday, and on the month, there we go. Multi 6-figure a month agencies. Last day of the month, so you can see it, and I'm just proving it to all you haters out there. For those of you on here, if you want to find me, obviously you've got my YouTube channel here. My Telegram is going to be linked below, where I'm dropping a lot more intricate game, a lot more personal game, stuff that I get up to in my day-to-day, so you have to tap in with that and maybe see how you can go ahead and progress in life as well. Got my Instagram, Mason100, that's double N, Mason100. Twitter, Mr. Money Mace, as per usual. TikTok and all the rest. They're going to be linked below, so you can go find them there. What we're going to get into today is, so the topic of the video, how to take a sales call with a potential model for your OnlyFans management agency. And this is something that I see a lot of people struggle with when they're either new into the game or even pre-existing. Some people just don't know how to take sales calls themselves. So what I'm going to be taking you through today is a little bit of game about how I take calls, how I got good at taking sales calls, how I'm basically closing 99% of people who get on the phone with me. And it's going to take you through some simple premises. I'm going to give you a framework that you can go and apply yourself. So make sure that you're taking notes in this video, and we'll progress from here. So when you're taking a sales call with your potential model for your agency, you want to get comfortable with these 3 notes here. So being confident, being normal, and being prepared. These 3 things are stuff that you need to have in your locker ASAP. So being confident, number 1. Let me break this down. When you get on the phone with a potential model, you're there going, well, I might be able to scale your account. No, wrong. You need to be coming there on the frame that you're the big G. You're the guy with the multi 6-figure a month agency. You're me. Even if you've got 0 models. When I was on the phone with a model, when I literally had 0 models in my agency, I would tell them, yes, I run a very big, successful OnlyFans management agency, and I'm the guy, and you want to work for me because I'm going to scale your account. Flip the frame. They want to work for you. They want their account scaled. Not the other way around. You're not needy for them. You can change the whole narrative of the conversation, but be confident. Like I am now here talking to you. I'm confident with the way I speak. I know because I've done it 100 times. Guess what? And if you're not confident, go and put some practice reps in. Phone your boy and get him to pretend he's the model and you're signing him. You know, and I'm going to be taking you through the framework that you can actually go in and go ahead and practice so that you can be confident on the call. But if you need to have a fucking beer before, psych yourself up, go for a gym session, whatever will put you in a better frame of mind. Go approach some girls on the street, something that's just going to fuel your confidence, you know? Get your mum to shower you with some compliments. I don't know, anything. Just be confident, bro. Like, remember, you have nothing to lose in this situation and everything to gain. If you've not got a model, then you've just got to give it your all and hopefully that she signs. And if you've already got some models on board, then again, it's probably going to be a walk in the park who've taken these calls before. But again, I'm going to take you through how you might be able to upgrade and make them a lot better. Second point. Be normal. A lot of people are overlooking this fact. Why are you trying to be some Andrew Tate wannabe G, some hyper analyst, fucking data driven guy who's going to scale their accounts for all these metrics? No, these girls are normal people. OnlyFans models, they're just typical girls. 9 times out of 10, they're just on the platform because they want to make a bit of extra cash. So be normal. Speak to them normally. And what I'm going to be taking you through when I get through the frameworks, a lot of these points are going to make sense. They're going to be obviously reiterated and explained in a lot further depth so that you know how and why I put them here. So be a normal person. You know, people aren't going to want to associate with you if you're acting out of character, if you're doing a few weird things on the call, dropping a few weird snarky comments. Just have a normal conversation. Remember, you're signing them to your agency. You're explaining about either what an agency is and what it's about and why they should be joining, why your agency is the best, and how it's going to help them obviously progress and grow. So, a normal conversation, keep it pretty chilled, and then be prepared. This one is a killer. And as you go through the call with them, you're also going to add to your preparation notes. So, before you get them on the call, spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, spend an hour if you've got it, right? Just check through their social media. So, say this girl's name's Katie, right? find this girl's all their social medias that they already have online on the platform. Check out their OnlyFans. Go on Inflow. Check out what percentage she's already in. You know, do this fucking due diligence. A lot of people aren't doing this. I drop too much smoke in these, but a lot of people are not going behind the scenes to get prepared for the model call. So now when they jump on the call, they're unprepared. Like, like what socials are you promoting on, and what do you do, and how things go. Like, you're too nervous and you're too unprepared. But if you say, oh, nice, I've seen that your Twitter's going pretty well. I can see a bunch of optimizations that we can immediately implement on that. Bro, take that sentence that I just used there. That will smoke a potential model any day of the week. So be prepared. Have your notes there ready with you. When you jump on the call, and two things. You're either just going to phone call them and just have a normal conversation, because some girls prefer that. Or you say, look, I'm going to send you a link, and make it a bit more of a formal meeting like this here, and you can have like a face-to-face. You can even go ahead and meet them in real life and have a in-person meeting, but I don't suggest this if you're not very confident, if you've not got the results to back it. I would say just do it over the phone, because you can fake a lot more things. So, draft, script, and framework. Have I got any side notes? No, not just yet. So I've got some side notes there, cheeky, waiting on the side for you guys as well. So rough, script, and framework. So the introduction. Hello, how are you? This first part of like when you get them on the phone. So I'm already taking this through that you've done the recruitment, you've got them to a phone call. I might do another separate video on that one about the actual progression of that. But I'm saying that you've already set up the phone call, and now you're actually taking the call. It's come round to 6 p.m. when you're meant to call the girl or whatever it is. Trans or boy. So you've gone around and you said, all right, you've called them, she's on the phone. Oh, hello, Katie, how are you? And then you just like leave for a minute. And here you're just getting acquainted with your prospect. Be relaxed. Remember, they have some level of direct interest. They've got on the phone with you, so she's already a warm lead, right? I'm just going to keep saying she, it's easier. And they're just a normal human. So remember, you're just having a conversation here. And then I'm going to go into my perspective. So I'll say, hello, how are you? They're going to be like, oh, hi, oh, look, it's so lovely to catch you today. And then this is where I like to have the personal preferences. I like to go into some normal conversation and just, again, like I said about being relaxed, is make it a relaxed environment. This model, she's got on the phone to you, she's probably got perception like, oh, I'm getting on the phone with this big OnlyFans management agency, this is big for me. She might be nervous herself. You like, think about it the other way. You've just got some girl like calling her up and she's like about to sign to an agency, maybe she's never done this before. Right? You've got to think about the shoe on the other foot, or whatever it is. And so personal preference, I like to go into some normal conversation. Talk about the weather or some other bullshit that people talk about in the UK, you know? The weather's the easiest one, because it's always either fucking raining or it's sunny, and that's like usual or unusual for the UK. So it's just an easy conversation. Oh, bloody hell, the weather today, it's hot, isn't it? Da, da, da. Oh, where's it you're from again? Oh, from up north. Oh, you must never get the sunshine. Easy as, you know? Got into some normal conversation. I was like, ha, 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 blah, blah, blah. Now they're just more receptive to be that normal thing. Like, oh, and then you go, oh, how's your day been? Like, what you been up to much? Had a busy weekend? Or like, oh yeah, da, da, da. Whatever she says. Okay, I'm not going to go into other scenarios, but you can get the picture. Have a normal conversation, because there's a fucking million that she can come up with at this point. Getting into business. So you've had that little conversation, oh, da, 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 and it's like kind of fizzling out. You know when the conversation's fizzling out, right? If you've got some basic communication skills. Right, so then you go next, now you're getting into the business. I said, oh, okay, so look, I'm sure you're very busy as well, so look, we'll get right into it. Remember, these are lines that you can actually specifically use. Go and rehearse this line. So look, we'll get right into it. Essentially, obviously, we've reached out to you, or if it's a referral, so-and-so put us in touch, or I understand that you're in a position, or like you say, I understand you're in a position, obviously, really look to grow your OnlyFans account. And I'm going to start trying to talk a little bit more slowly, because I know some people on here are foreign, and they always complain that I talk too fast, but I'm conscious of time on the video. So now we want to get into some of the details of herself and the account, right? And this is further preparation for the second part of the call, closing them. So here, like I said there, your ammo, and I'm going to explain that here, is when they're talking about the details of their OnlyFans account, take note, right? All of this is what you're going to use in your closing remarks at the second part of this conversation in order to ensure that they get signed to your agency. So now we want to get into some of the details of her account, and then afterwards you're going to explain what you're about to do. So like you say, simple. Okay, right, look, so I'm just going to ask you a few series of questions so they're not bombarded by all these questions like, oh, what the hell is it? Explain it to them. Have a conversation. Too many people are overlooking simple communication, right? Okay, look, I'm just going to ask you a series of questions so I can get a clearer understanding of your kind of journey so far, some more details regarding your account, and I can go on to explain a bit more about us, what it is we do, and how we can help you scale to them higher figures. Whilst also taking a bunch of workload off your kind of shoulders and ensuring things are nice and smooth for going forward. So let's look at the side notes. I know I had some here. Sometimes if things come up, for example, talking about explicit nature, I always like to put a light-hearted spin on it. So we've seen and heard it all before, make the prospect feel comfortable. So this is when you're going into the questions. So for example, this question, what kind of content are you comfortable with? And they might be like, look, I'm not gonna lie, I hear it every day, I deal with this every day, it's not something that I'm new to. And then now you can kind of haha, blah, blah, blah. And then they can be like, oh yeah, no, da-da. So look, I'm fully comfortable with X, Y, Z, right? Simple. You've just relaxed the situation, you've diffused the situation. Even if you're uncomfortable speaking about it, even if it's your first call, do it anyway, bro. Can't lie. You either got it or you don't. Like you either want it enough to sign this girl to your agency, or just crumble and fuck it up. Like, secondly, even if you crumble and fuck it up, great, G. You're in a much better position for the second call you now have, right? I'm just saying, like, when you go and take these calls, you like say the point one, be confident. This is your call. You're gonna smash it. Make sure that you're there. You're fully in frame and using these little caveat points here. So these are stuff that I don't know no one's talking about in the industry right now. Like, this is game that I genuinely use on a day-to-day. If I take a model call, I'm having a normal conversation with her. I'm slipping in a bit about the OnlyFans, and realistically, it's a lot more relational rather than this manager to employee relationship. Because that's not why girls are on the platform. They want to be, what's the word? They want to be like working for themselves and strong women and bullshit like that. Anyway, so ask questions such as, so how long have you been on the platform? You know, you want to get a general idea. Maybe they turn around and say, yeah, I've been on here a year. And say, oh shit, she's pretty seasoned. This is my first call. Fuck. They might turn around and be like, oh no, I literally just started my account last week. You're like, oh, amazing. You're in a perfect position to scale. Little fucking ones and twos. Like, it all adds up. It all just creates that impression, that imprint for down the line when you go to get the close. And what kind of results we've been able to achieve in that time frame? She might turn around and say like, yeah, last year I generated $100,000, so she's like 10k a month. So, fucking hell, this is perfect signing. She might say like, oh yeah, well it's not going so well. I started off, made $1,000 my first month, and now it's only a couple $100s a month. But okay, look, we can tell there's something seriously wrong here. I'd love to take a deeper dive into kind of the background of the situation and how we can definitely help to scale these numbers much further. Boom, easy as. Where are you promoting currently? You're already going to know this, but you get her to reinforce it, and she'll be like, oh, I'm on Twitter. I'll be like, oh yeah, we took a look at your Twitter. We can see some instant optimizations we can run there. She might go Instagram or like whatever it is. Or she'll say like, oh, I'm promoting Instagram, I'm promoting on Twitter. And be like, oh, we couldn't actually find your Twitter. Are you under an alias? And then she'll go, yeah, I've got a fake name on it. Right? Fucking prod and provoke. There's a bunch of different little things that you're going to understand. The more calls you take, there's these more little caveats that you're going to pick up. I'm trying to run through as many as I can as they come up on the spot as I go through this kind of explanation. But there's a bunch that just come up on the spot, and then you have to deep dive into them as they come up. Like, yeah, you will understand it, and it's part of having that normal conversation like I've highlighted. So what kind of content are you comfortable with? She might be like, yeah, I'm non-nude. I don't really do nude content. You're like, okay, that's absolutely fine. We have non-nude creators doing upwards of £30,000 a month. It's really just about how we tailor that frame in the chatting on your account. Simple. Think about the way I'm portraying these words. And yes, I've done it many times before, so it's a lot easier for myself. But you can easily go and practice these lines, like literally that one I just put there, write it down, you think, oh shit, that's pretty sick. What are some iterations I can make off the back end of that? You know, like, yeah, I'm comfortable with everything. I do sex tapes, I do boy girl, I do girl girl girl, I do orgies, I do anal, I do this, and you're like, wow, we've got a lot to work with. Be like, look, I don't know how your content's not selling for higher, maybe it's the frame that you're using, but we can definitely see the way that you can make a lot more money with OnlyFans, especially with being so comfortable with everything. Makes our life a lot easier when we're requesting content. Easy as. Have a notepad and pen ready, taking notes you can refer back to and use these points. Okay, so when I say ammo, when she's answering all these questions, be writing them down, right? So when maybe she turns around and says, and I'm going to explain why after, let me get through these last couple of questions, what your kind of goals and desires being on the platform, because she might just say, oh, I'm not really too asked, to be honest, I'm just there because it's another couple £100. And that's going to be a bit of a problem because you don't really want to go on and sign that model because she's not going to be fast, you're not really delivering content in a timely manner, she'll be delivering low quality content, it's going to be a lot harder to genuinely scale her account. And you've got to remember, you're on a rev share. It's not like you're on a retainer where it doesn't fucking matter whether she does it or not as long as you get paid. You're on a rev share, so her half of the bargain directly impacts your pockets. So have you ever worked with a management before / know what they do? And this is the final question you ask them, because this is where you pre-qualify them for the next step. now explain what it is you do and how they help kind of scale their account. So have you worked with management before or know what they do? She's going to be like, yeah, I mean, I've been outreached by a bunch of, this is my like third call, so you already know you've got competition there. Or she'll be like, nah, I've not really heard of OF management. Like, could you explain a bit more about what it is? Or she says, yeah, I used to have a management. And if she says she used to have a management, you go in and you say, okay, then why have things not worked out with your management in the past? Was it an issue on their behalf? Was it you couldn't fulfill their request? Something like this. So this is going to get her to then qualify. No, it wasn't them. I'm an amazing model. I always get stuff done on time to the highest quality. I'm very communicable. And you'd be like, great, I'm going to hold you to that. No, actually, don't actually say that, but take notes of all of this stuff. And like I say, you have this pen and pad ready for in the call. And what I'm going to explain about that is if she turns around and says, oh, I only make a few $100s a month, boom. First thing, I can instantly improve them results. Oh, like, so are you doing the chatting yourself? Boom, I have a 24/7 sales chat team. So you've got these and you've got the answers, which is going to come into the second part here. So she's just explained a bunch of questions, sugar, on her behalf. And I've used a random person called Katie. Now explain what it is that you do and how you're going to help scale their account. You go, oh, thank you, Katie. Listen, with that in mind, I'll just move over to explain a little bit more about what it is that we do and how we can help scale your account. And now, this, of course, is going to be tailored to the above conversation. So remember the key points: chatting, social media marketing, content ideas, running the OnlyFans account, just full management of everything, taking all of the weight off her shoulders and all that time and attention. She only has to focus on the content creation. That's what you're doing. And with this second part, she's raised all of her problems. You're creating a solution for every single one of them problems, so the close is seamless on the third point. So again, that's going to be tailored to what she said before. It's like, oh, I don't really have much time. But look, we work with you creating a specific content schedule, a plan around your daily life. Because at the end of the day, we don't want this to be a chore. We want you to enjoy this, and it's only going to help with scaling up your account. So here you go. So instantly, I can see you're leaving a lot of money on the table without 24/7 chat coverage. With not being so active in the chats yourself, obviously I understand there's a lot of creepy old men on there. You don't want to be there liaising with them day to day, selling them your exclusive content. We can take care of that. Ensuring our 24/7 sales team speak with your persona to sell content around the clock. Be like, look, I understand. You've got a normal schedule, I've got a normal schedule. That's why we have people for this specific role. A guy might be online at 2 a.m. ready to buy your content and engage in a conversation with you, but there's no one there to facilitate that. That's why we cover it. That same guy might not be around at 11 p.m. and might not be in the mood to buy stuff. So that's why we have to ensure that we have it around the clock to make sure that sales are made throughout the day. Easy as. Our social media team will draft on the software Mondays an exact marketing plan along with example content to replicate that we agree that you're comfortable with. So after this stage, we'll jump on another call. We'll speak about some of the plans and ideas that we have for yourself. This is direct stuff that you can say back to them. We'll cook up some plans and ideas so that you can have content to replicate. So this is going to take away that kind of creative block that sometimes girls have in order to actually do the correct things so that we can focus on scaling your account with the right results. Our dedicated account manager, alongside myself, will check over the current stats for your OnlyFans and optimize everything for conversions, including your bio, profile picture, subscription price, and everything of this nature. We'll then have regular catch-ups about the account status and growth. We'll request access to your current social media alongside setting up. So basically you're just taking them through, take note of all of this. Also, DM me below if you want a PDF with all of this, or comment below if you want a PDF with all of this on it so you have something to refer back to. If not, your notes should be good enough. Request access to your current social media in order of optimizing them. All of this will be handled by ourselves and our team. So you never have to actually worry about much. Your sole role in this is going to be content creation in a timely manner to a good quality. So in saying that, you're letting her know, no, we need this to a good quality. For social media and OnlyFans, we deal with the headaches and growing your results. How does that sound? She's going to be like, wait, so you're going to do all of the work for my OnlyFans, make me more money, and all I've got to do is make the content. She's going to be like, it's a fucking bargain. Like whatever you turn around and say at the end. So this is what I mean. When they say, how does that sound? They're going to be like, oh my God, that's amazing. You're a lifesaver. Like you are the best, next best thing since sliced bread, whatever the saying goes. You'll be like, amazing. And honestly, we wouldn't be having this conversation with you if we didn't see multi-5-figure potential in yourself and your account. She's going to be like, Lang, I can make 10K a month. For this presentation's sake, I'm being a lot more formal. So most girls, when you're on the phone to them, you can be a little bit more laid back, a little bit more conversational with some of the terms and stuff I'm using here, I'm getting it across to you guys, but you can always tailor it to how you would when you're bouncing on a conversation with a potential model. Another thing, if they ask about other models while you're on the phone to them, just be like, look, I'm not gonna lie, in all of our contracts, we have an NDA in place, so we don't discuss our other clients with yourself. It's like the same that we would do with you. We would not discuss matters of your account with some of our other clients. Time to time, and then just leave it at that. Leave it at that. Don't even say anymore. I was going to talk about collaborations and stuff, but you don't need to worry about that at this stage. Okay, so let's do a quick little recap. So we have be confident, be normal, be prepared. Introduction, be a normal human. Personal preference, start a conversation. This is a sick one. Talk about the weather. What's some other conversation starters? The weather's just the easiest one because it's what everyone speaks about. And you can ask about how their day was, and then maybe you can ask about something specific in their day. Getting into the business, getting your ammo and asking about themselves, because people like talking about themselves as well, so it's a good thing to start with. And then getting into how you're like kind of solving all of their issues, so kind of breaking down that barrier, and then we get to the final smoke. I'm going to show you all, actually no, we've already seen it, but let's get to it. Final smoke. Ready? This is how you're getting the close. With all of the above, what are your thoughts and any questions that you have in terms of progressing and really getting some results in action as soon as possible? Maybe she has a few questions, so obviously she might ask about the management fee. She might ask about, I don't know, usually I don't really have any questions. If you smoke them up here correctly, if you, what's the other word? If you correctly explain to them all of the points up here, then they shouldn't have many more questions. They might do in terms of contract length, contract, like I say, price, stuff like this. So whatever it is, maybe she asked that question too. Look. So typical management fees are 50% of net revenue generation on your account, and then leave it at that. Don't say anything. Probably you might say look, typical management fees are 70%, but due to the current situation that you're in and the potential we see from you, we're only going to charge 50%. Look, this is with the guarantee that we're going to be able to 3 to 5x your earnings within the first month, within the first 30 days. So you can even add some guarantee, like some Hormozy guarantee. I never really do because at this point it's pretty much already closed. And they're already happy to give away 50% for you to do everything like this, and it's not all that hard. Objection handle, but it should already have been smoked by the above. And the worst case you say is look, we'll go off on a 30-day trial and see how this works out. If it's something that you're not feeling or you've not seen an improvement in results, we'll simply stop and leave it at that. And then you just go on to say, if all sounds good, next steps after this call is I'll add you into a group chat with my business partner and inform the team to start getting started on building your unique content plan so she knows that the ball's rolling and getting going. I'll send over the formal contract. You should just get signed ASAP. We'll then be able to request the login details for all of your platforms, get optimized, send you over a questionnaire to get some more formal information recorded and for the rest of the team to be aware on your status. We can then keep up to date, schedule a call for in a few days and run you through the game plan to get things in action. And they're just going to be like, wow, let's do it. Send them over the contract. You can even, on a law of the attraction thing, you have the contract ready, have her name already in it. So she, before the call's even sent, you just hit send and it's ready and it's done. Or cook it up straight after, because this is when that 15-minute period after the call, she's the warmest. She sends it over, she gets over, she signs it, boom, done, you're in the money, you're moving. But that is the way to take a call with a potential model. And in that, I explained pretty much everything that you need to know. There's not much more here that I would say you need to know. You have the odd and occasional different types of frames. So how you get introduced to the model. If she's come through a referral, maybe your frame on the call is a bit different. Maybe it's a bit more relaxed liaise. If she's already making money on the platform, again, you've got to go in above and beyond and say why you're better than other agencies out there because she maybe already knows them. But they're the general premises. These here are what is going to be able to take you or enable you to close any model call that you actually get on. So, as always, it's been Money Mace. Drop in some money game. Hopefully, you're able to take away a lot of information from this and go ahead and implement it for your first model call. So you're nice and prepared, ready to close them down, have a higher close rate, and much more models signing to your agency. As always, wish you the best. I'm out.